Hi guys, so I asked you on Instagram if you wanted this vlog kind of update video, and all of you said yes, so I thought I would do it. I've been keeping you up to date on Instagram stories about my allergies. So I, growing up, never had allergies to anything. I was never allergic to anything. In about 6th grade, middle school, I started having issues with pollen. So around this time of year, then I would get really itchy, red, dry eyes, and that was like the main thing, and that pretty much lasted through high school. Once I got to college, that kind of switched over to the whole like head allergies, hay fever kind of thing, where I would get, you know, stuffy, sore throat, all that stuff from pollen especially. And it also got bad for whenever it rained or was like really humid out. I would feel really foggy in my head, which I believed was an allergy to mold spores because my dad is allergic to that. So those were like the two things I was allergic to. Also poison ivy, but I don't really even categorize that. But as I got older, I like paid more attention to kind of stuff I use, skincare, everything like that, ingredients in the food I eat. So I realized I'm allergic to beeswax. Anytime I've used beeswax on my lips, I would get little bumps on them. And I even accidentally bought a lotion once that had it, and I put it on my arm and I immediately turned red and itchy. So I'm allergic to beeswax. And then recently, within the last like year or so, I realized I'm allergic to raspberries and rose. Anytime I've used rose, like rose toner, or like I think I tried to use rose water once for my skin, and like it was a bad reaction. And now even if I'm like around, I remember I went for a walk in like a botanical garden. There was a rose section, just walking through it made me feel like scratchy. So yeah, the raspberries happened about a little over a year ago. I used to be able to eat raspberries just fine. I used to be able to eat like, you know, raspberry iced tea, whatever, no issue. And I ate some raspberries and I got violently ill, like coming out of both ends, like really bad. My mom thought she was gonna have to take me to the hospital. Like it was really bad. I thought I was dying. Not too long later, like 3 to 6 months, I had a smoothie. I didn't realize there were raspberries in it. There's like 3 of them, but still same reaction. And even now, if I have anything with raspberries, it's the same way. So, because of that, I was feeling kind of like I just want to get tested. Like I'd never gotten an allergy test my whole life. So about, I don't know, a month ago, I had a rash. Like my whole body was really itchy, and I couldn't stop it no matter what I did. I tried to ice my body. I tried, you know, different ointments and creams and all this stuff. I can't even use regular hydrocortisone cream to stop itching because most of them have beeswax, so I have to get one from Vanna Cream. You know, and I tried a lot of stuff and it was driving me crazy and I didn't know what it was. And apparently what I'm suspecting it was I had made cookies and I put sprinkles in them, and the sprinkles had beeswax in them, so that could have been it. And then recently now, since, you know, I went to the doctor and got allergy tests and everything, I had this new lip oil. I was loving it. And nothing in the ingredients said anything about raspberry, but the scent on the product was raspberry sugar cookie. So that's why my mouth looks like this. I have like it's so bad and it's really bothering me. So that's why that's happening, which is super annoying. But yeah, so what happened was, like I said, I was super itchy, so I went to the allergist. I found one near me and I went, and it was actually a really good experience. Everyone in the office was super nice, from the nurse to the receptionist to the doctor herself. It was really great. So I really liked the experience. The first day was a scratch test, which is what I kind of recreated in my allergist ASMR roleplay video. So if you're kind of interested in that, that's kind of what that was. But so that was a scratch test for hang on, just looking at this. That was a scratch test for environmental factors. So that was like pollen, trees, mites, all that kind of stuff. And that a scratch test is essentially like a little needle, but doesn't go into the skin. It's kind of like if you got poked with like a lead pencil or something, like a mechanical pencil. And they have like a bunch of them, and they're all like soaked in this allergen, and they mark up your arms up and down, both of them, and kind of just like poke you with all of them. And you wait about 15 minutes. I just like sat there on my phone and wait for some kind of a reaction to your skin. The reaction will be like a mosquito bite. So there's always going to be one, which is like a control to make sure you didn't take any kind of antihistamine. Ooh, something I forgot, I'm allergic to antihistamines. So I can't take Benadryl, Zyrtec, any kind of those like over-the-counter allergy medications. Every time I have in the last like 7 years, I've gotten very, very ill within like a half an hour of taking it. And then I even had a prescription given to me for a sleeping pill once, and it had antihistamine in it. And I guess the doctor didn't realize it or something, and I took it and I broke out in hives. And just to make sure that was it, I didn't take it for a few days and then took it again and broke out in hives. So I'm thinking I'm allergic to antihistamine. I did get blood work that hasn't come back yet because that's very rare. But it could also just be like an ingredient that is with antihistamines and stuff, so I don't know. But that is one of my biggest issues, is that I do have these allergies, but I can't take antihistamines to prevent them, or to, you know, stop the reaction. So it's really annoying. What I can take, what I do take is vitamin C every day, which is a natural antihistamine kind of, and I can take like a nasal spray because that doesn't go into your stomach and it's not actually antihistamine. So that's like what I do right now. But so yeah, the first day I got the environmental ones and nothing came back. So I got the one reaction that's like they want the control, and then everything else came back negative. There was no reaction. The next time I went back, they did the same test but for foods. So that would be like dairy, eggs, everything, all that stuff. But the thing is, the scratch test is not very accurate. It can have false positives, false negatives, and things like that. So pretty much everything came back negative on the environmental, but I knew that wasn't true because I definitely have an allergy to pollen. I knew that. And so when I went back for the food test, which everything also came back negative except for one, which was buckwheat. Don't even know what that is, but I looked it up and apparently it's in a lot of kashi foods, which is annoying because I actually really like kashi. But that was the only thing that came back. But I feel like if I went back and did the I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so in the food test, the only thing that came back positive was buckwheat. And then when I went back for the food test, they verified the test for the environmental factors. So what they did was actually poke me with a needle into my arm and tested for a reaction there. And that's like a more accurate test. And when they did that, the things that came back positive I have on this paper. So environmentally, I'm allergic to grass, mixedweed, ragweed, mold, trees, which is pollen, and dogs and cats, which is super duper wonderful. I have cats and I've been around dogs my whole life and never knew that, but she also told me that she was very like I don't know how to put it. She was very not honest, but like just informative. So she said that like even if you have an allergy to dogs and cats, if you've been around them, you might be fine. And she also said that like, you know, if you've grown up with a dog or a cat, you might be fine to them because you're exposed, but like a different kind of cat or dog, like one that's more highly shedding, might cause an issue for you. And she also said that, yeah, some people's allergies might be very minor, you know, and then some people might have something more severe. You know, I have friends who are allergic to cats but have them anyway, and the only time they really have a reaction is if their cat like sleeps on their pillow or something like that. So that was really interesting. It really made me think though, because whenever my cat sleeps in bed with me, I fall asleep. And I always thought that was just because like the comfort and like the purring and like I don't know, but maybe it's because I'm getting an allergy, because the same thing happens to me when I have my window open like right now. In spring when I open my windows, you'd think, oh, it should wake me up, it's fresh air, but like it makes me really, really sleepy. So maybe that's part of my allergy. I'm not really sure. I still have like follow-ups to do. But okay, after cat, I'm also allergic to mites. There's two different mites on here though. So there says mite P and mite F. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm allergic to mites, like dust mites, I guess. So those are my allergies. But the things that weren't on those were raspberries, and antihistamines weren't on any of these. So she had to do a blood work for that. We were also going to do the blood work for beeswax, but that didn't have an option for blood work. So I got that blood test on Monday. Today's Friday, so we'll see when that comes back. It's not like a rush or anything. And then we'll see if those are positive. So like I can just know for sure if that's what I'm allergic to. And I'm looking forward to those results. I just feel like it gives me peace of mind. She said she also would give me a an EpiPen, even though none of my reactions for allergies have been anaphylaxis. Like, you know, usually it's a rash, hives, or vomiting. You know, you never know. So it's good to just have it just in case. And also, she's gonna give me a prescription for Flonase, because Flonase at the store is really expensive, but you can actually get a prescription from your doctor, and it's like much cheaper that way. So she's gonna give me a prescription for that because I only have a little bit left for my last one, and or something stronger, because honestly this year I feel like my allergies are so much worse. And she did mention to me that she has a lot of people who never had allergies, seasonal allergies or anything, coming in with issues because of my area that I live in New Jersey. We have just such high allergens in the air. She said if I lived somewhere like Arizona, I probably wouldn't be dealing with this. So yeah, it's my area, New Jersey. She said like lots of people are allergic to these things, and people's sensitivities change a lot. And she also said that every 6 to 7 years your allergies change. So in 7 years, if I go back, I might not test positive for these things, or I might test positive for more things. So I definitely thought that was pretty interesting. I also don't think I have asthma, but I'm starting to think if I have all these allergies and I'm exposed to these things, maybe I do, and that's why I'm always out of breath. Could be. So when I go back and she gives me my blood test results, I think I'm going to ask about an asthma test, and also if she can give me something stronger for my allergy symptoms, because it's really annoying. She did say I can come in for a shot once a week, but that just seems kind of excessive for like my allergies. So yeah, that's so far my allergy response. I am curious though, because like I said, the scratch test isn't super accurate. So the only thing that came back positive on the scratch test for food is buckwheat. I do have a sensitivity to dairy, but I would never say I'm actually lactose intolerant. It's like certain dairy foods that are like heavy creams and stuff like that that usually cause me to have like a stomach issue. But it's not like something like I can't eat cheese or any kind of dairy. It's more just like a sensitivity. So that didn't come back on it, but I wonder if like they did the needle test for the environmental ones to like double check the results. If they did that with the food one, if more things would come back. So I have to ask her about that too. I feel like I have to make a list of all the things I have to talk to her about. But honestly, I would recommend it if you have an allergist that's covered under your insurance. I would definitely say try it, because it does kind of just give you peace of mind, and like I feel like I learned a lot. And I feel like for someone like me who just like randomly feels sick every once in a while, I feel like this is giving me a lot of clarity on why. And I feel like it's just better to know. Sorry. It's better to know for sure, because like right now I'm allergic to raspberries, right? It didn't come back in the blood work yet, but I'm like 100% sure. Other things I'm not so sure about, so like it's nice to get that like reassurance, like yes, I'm definitely allergic to that, so when I tell people I need to avoid it, like it's, you know, avoided, if that makes sense. You know, there's some things that I need to be saying, like, you know, I'm allergic to this, so I'm gonna avoid this, but really I'm allergic to something else, you know. I just feel like it's definitely something to look into. And yeah, so that's my experience so far. I feel like it's really interesting. I've watched a lot of people's videos on those like ones from home where you like send in a piece of your hair or something and they tell you, which I found really interesting. So I definitely wanted to do this, and I'm happy I did. And I will keep you posted on the further results of blood work and moving forward and stuff. So who knows, maybe I'll need like an inhaler or something super cool and fun. So at 28, I'm finally finding out what I'm allergic to. Interesting. And I also find it so interesting that like your allergies can change, because like when I was younger I was fine with raspberries, and now like I will not touch them. You know, it's just weird. But yeah, sorry about this like weird angle and everything, but I just wanted to come in here and let you know what was going on. So I hope you found this interesting. Let me know what you guys are allergic to down below. I just find that so interesting. I don't know why. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.